Islam. Welcome back to the Moor Culture Podcast. I am your host, Brother Tyshan Edwards Bay. I am here with resident elder hosts, uh, elder council, elder Sheik, Islam, Brother Shariff Bay.
Peace.
Peace. Welcome back. Thank you for being here every week with me, Mo. It's always, man, it's a blessing for real, Mo. If that's the correct word to use. Before we get too much further, I want to greet everybody with peace, Islam, Assalamu alaikum, Rahubat, Shalom, Hotep, Alafia, Ionio,
Peace.
peace. It all means peace. Whatever comforts your heart, Islam. And in true Moorish tradition, we also want to start with our praises and honors. So, Elder Sheik, please give me your praises and honors today,
Yes.
Mo.
I'd like to rise, giving all praises, divine and perfect praises to Allah. And honor to his holy divine prophet, Noble Drawley. And honor to the forerunner of the prophet Marcus, Mosaic Garvey. And honor to Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad. And honor to J. Gibbonsville. And high honor to Emiliel. And high honors to the sage master Sidney Raphael. High honor to Nazarene Alael. High honor to Timothy Dingle, hyphenated Noble Draw Lee. His other half, his wife, well, his other half, Mother Ruth Grand Noblest, Louise Dingle. High honor to their daughter, Diane Dingle, and high honor to the Grand Secretary, Margaret Thompson Bay. High honor to the Supreme Grand Sheik, Robert Stonehell. High honor to the Grand Governor, Art Page. High honor to the Grand Governor, Shemel. High honor to the Governor, J. Howard Bay. High honor to everybody out there in my midst, and honor where honor is due. Up ye mighty race. Peace.
Islam. I like to rise in the spirit of the seven. Give all praises to Allah. High honors to the Prophet Noble Ali. High honors to the forerunner Marcus Messiah Garvey. High honors to all past and present leadership of the Moorish Science Temple of America. High honors to all true and divine prophets of Allah that stand on the square of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. High honors to all the Moors worldwide, known and unknown. And high honors to all of our ancestors and everybody that paved the way for us to be here. Islam. This is episode 25, Mo.
Yes.
Episode 25 in Supreme Mathematics. That is wisdom, power, wise power, Mo. And when you add that together, that gives you God, Allah, Islam.
Right.
That's a 7 right there.
Yes.
That's a 7, Mo. So in the spirit of the 7, what's in your spirit today, Mo? What's on your spirit?
I'm honored to be in your midst today. To all my audience, I'm honored. You beautiful melanated people. The deepest part about it is a lot of the melanated people out there has been ripped off of their garment. Their garments has been stolen. Holy Qur'an says, let not the evil one cause you to slip as he caused your parents to slip in the garden. Let not him take off your garments of righteousness, for he swore to you that he was your sincere advisor, but to you, he's an avowed enemy. Then you go down. It says, then did Satan cause them to slip from the state that they were in. When he took off your garments, he took off he stole your nationality. He stripped you naked in the garden. Now you're walking around like Negro, black, and colored. It goes down and says, did Satan cause them to slip from the state of mind that they were in? So, then
I almost lost my mind, Mo. I almost lost my mind, and I got stripped of my garb. I forgot to put the fez on, Mo. Let me get my traditional garb.
right of the garb. That's the garb of righteousness is real important.
It's more than a fez, of course.
Yeah, because when you ain't garbed right, you're walking in somebody else's personality.
Mm.
And they got you on the cross. And then they tell you that what they did to Jesus on the cross, and they put that up at you, and they done hung a whole lot of us, and we were on the cross. Ain't nobody cried for them. And you know, I love the teachings of Jesus because Jesus is within me. But let's get, you know, they said the left hemisphere of the brain is for critical thinking and logic. Right hemisphere is logic. So I want to ask the audience a question. They said Jesus died on the cross and he sacrificed his body for us and for our sins. So my question is why would a God give his only son to some wicked people like us? And the God, why would he want a blood sacrifice of blood?
Mm-hmm.
And then it says, thou shalt not have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. And then, so what that looks like to me is what the Quran was revealing all the time. Satan said he would come from your left and right before you and ambush you. And we've been ambushed through the Crusades. And we done took on the ways, you know, of our oppressor. And look how much money, I ain't gonna tell you, I ain't afraid to say, look how much money been made off the lie. But we in the day, right now, we are in survival mode. I love psychology with the three branches of the personality: id, ego, and superego. We deal with people's egos. The ego part is the like animalistic part of man. So being though we were stripped of our raiments, our garbs, we begin to act like animals too.
There's no.
So I love Allah for what he did for me, because I remember when I was out in the streets, I was on the cross. Roads of light, crying all the time. So it had to be a better way than this. Allah showed me. I'm happy today, and my life is a testimony. And I was a lifeguard, living testimony. I was a lifeguard for 17 years, and it makes me realize how important people's lives is. I like that verse in the Bible where it said, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. Because I study, because so-called black folks were allowed to read and write in slavery, so I take the reading and studying as a gift.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to read to broaden my horizons. Because you don't read, you in utter darkness. So me and brother Tyshan's here to get y'all to pick you people, you brothers and sisters, the beautiful melanated people, to put back on your garments. That's a different that's a different character. That's the righteous character. People can't defeat you when you're righteous. We got people out there, and they ain't letting enough light shine to resurrect us as a people, because the hour that we're in. We got some people with powerful messages, like Minister Louis Farrakhan and other people. That's a fraction.
Yeah.
But has Minister Louis Farrakhan's message got to you, where you can go out in the community and help people come from darkness to the marvelous light? It's time today. You heard us give honor to Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad. It's time to turn on the light switch. Let Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad shine within you.
It's not.
Because all these different halls of learning, the church and the temple, the mosque, all that, they're halls of learning to try to get you sharper. And every one you go there, the devil gonna be there, hating on you and stuff like that, because he don't want to see you come through. I want to see you come through. But that's real deep, that people would get us to worship and believe in blood sacrifice.
Mm.
You should believe in the Allah within you. One of my favorite stories was about when Joseph's brother in the Bible, Joseph, we call him Yusuf in the Quran, Yusuf. Brothers was jealous of him because he had a coat with many colors. And his father favored him. So he had the gifts of discernment. He could read the stars. Mm. And they threw him down a hole and stuff. And he had that beautiful jacket on. And the Egyptians seen him and they pulled him up out of the hole. And he was sold as a slave in Egypt. And the Pharaoh, he served the Pharaoh. And the brother was righteous and stuff. And the Pharaoh's wife said, "Oh, this." When she seen him, he appeared like an angel, so she wanted to try to seduce him, and he said no, because the brother was righteous, and so she tore his shirt off and stuff, and then she accused him of the act, and then the Pharaoh threw him in prison, but the Pharaoh had some dreams that troubled him, and Yusuf came back. He interpreted them dreams for the Pharaoh. Told Egypt, get ready for the famine, 7 years of famine. And Yusuf took a high place in Egypt after that, next to the Pharaoh. And that's what we had to do. We got to stop gratifying our lower self and come up in upper Egypt on our higher self. So things can change. Because the Holy Qur'an says, never does allow changing of distant people till they change within their hearts. And there's a place you can meet Allah's in your heart, and Allah's with you. He's closer to you than a jugular vein. It says, when comes the help of Allah? The help of Allah is always near. And when comes the help of Allah? I'll see people join the religion of Allah by the thousands, celebrate the praises of our Lord. Is all forgiving, most merciful. Beautiful, melanated people. Everywhere we go and stuff, we make things work for the non-melanated people with less melanin. When you really get to read our history, like we was talking last week of our inventions, this world wouldn't be as it was today if it wasn't for us using our beautiful mind. I'm Brother Shariff, and the brothers from Moor Science Temple of American Nation, Islam, etc., calling you up out of darkness into the marvelous light so you can use your mind. Because Shaitan don't want you to use your mind. He will open up them liquor stores for you and all of them drugs to destroy you. The hereafter is true. If it wasn't true, people wouldn't have spoke on it. Somebody visioned it in their mind. What do you want today? Ain't you tired of this sick, crazy stuff? Are you going to be a victim of dirty politics? Because when you become a victim of dirty politics, that means they're trying to drain all your energy. You're still in slavery. Inshallah, we're going to start talking about law because sometimes people get too religious and holy and something, and it ain't pure at all. Peace.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for ending in peace. It didn't feel very peaceful. You was agitated. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's part of peace. One thing I always
like the prophet Jeremiah. The prophet Jeremiah, if you knew something about him, said the word was burning. It was like fire in his bones. He had to get it off and stuff. So when I see my people in the wilderness of North America, if I'm not on my team and stuff, I'm in the hellfire. So I thank Allah for this mighty revelation they laid on me. Peace.
Islam. So what I was going to say was, it's something that was brought to my attention was it's interesting that they have, I'm not sure if it was a UN or who has the peacekeepers or peacemakers, and they walk around with guns, and it's just it's interesting. They're called peacemakers or peacekeepers, but yet they carry guns. And you're saying peace, but yet you're fired up. But I'm just pointing that out is that peace doesn't necessarily mean just non-violent, because sometimes you have to meet violence with violence in order to smother violence.
Well, why is the United Nations walking around with guns?
And they're called peacekeepers. Why? Because they're keeping their own peace is what they're doing. They're keeping or they're keeping slaves. Well, they're keeping people in order in line so that they can be so they can profit off of them.
Right.
steal their land and
Right. So
the resources.
so you got them. Then you got people working with them,
Yeah.
treating the masses like they slaves. Like one of my teachers said, the masses are asses.
Islam.
So when colonization is when they put me on a cross or put you on a cross. A lot of us still today can't get away from this. Quran says man gave up his birthrights just to gratify his lower self. You got two Adams. You had in Corinthians say you had Adam from heaven and Adam from earth. I want to be the Adam that walk in heaven. Earth, so I can throw off these shackles. My people got shackles on their mind psychologically. You get in a conversation and talk to them, so forth, so on. They don't talk. Then you got people be trying to bully people about what they should say.
Yeah.
Trying to scare people because they don't want nobody messing with their hustle.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. This is about survival to me.
Islam.
And so when Allah relates to me, to be honest, to speak to people, I'm gonna do that. And I love people that act right and act like they got some good common sense. When we put back on our garments, it's putting back on morality.
Islam.
A lot of us have lost their morals. Just like, for instance, I'm agitated by a Democratic and Republican Party.
Of course.
But the true republic is us. But the Democrats, they cry about same-sex marriage and gender reassignment, so forth. That ain't holy at all.
Not even close.
So how the people crying about the Republicans, but how can you say you're God-fearing person and stuff when you support something like that?
Yeah.
You're a part of the problem when you part like that. If you're not checking your brothers and sisters that come into their true form, that's why we ain't got no soldiers on the battlefield today.
That's all facts. That's all. Yeah. That's how I see it. That demasculating the man and feminizing the man in order to make them less strong and aggressive, so they don't have to worry about us.
They're doing that and coming in with birth control because they don't make babies like we do.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She definitely highlighted that I'm not sure what the theory is, but maybe it's the white annihilation theory or something.
Yeah, she said the pistol was an equalizer in the black man's joint. You look at how it's shaped, right? And the basketball was they dribbling brown testicles down the court, and the football game was about a brown penis going through white legs and stuff. That's what she wrote.
Well, I heard this Asian brother earlier talking about Harvard and how Harvard started. The way he said it just was
indigenous school.
No, he said that it was started by Anglo-Saxons and whatnot, just trying to have a club almost and is a fraternity to an extent, and that they played football. That's kind of where football started. They said they played football, and he said he dressed like a woman, is what he said, and that's what made me giggle.
No, I didn't hear it like
he said he said these Anglo-Saxons they would play football, and
anything
dress as woman, and that's kind of how Harvard started. Eventually, it turned more into like an academic kind of thing, but it started more so just with the most powerful people having kind of like their own fraternity.
Anything Allah say don't do, they try to justify it. Yeah. I'm talking about those know what I'm talking about, because I'm into humanity, but when right is right, wrong is wrong, and so with our family, we need stronger men to come forth. All Allah needs is a few good men. Like they said, the Marine need a few good men. Allah need a few good men, and it ain't only versed on just one subject matter. We're universal.
Yes.
We talk like we're educated. We don't talk like we're dummies, because in a lot of these houses, a lot of these religious houses, people just don't know how to read.
Yeah, they give you one book and they say this is the book. This is the book that you study and you get good at that. And even then, they don't really want you to get that good at that. They want you to get their interpretation from the pastor or somebody. But that's the only book they kind of.
But do you think
lean on?
They the only ones that see the herd? That's the herd. Herd factor. You know what the herd factor?
I'm not sure if I heard the
herd is
factor,
like when they mush, you know, driving the cattle and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's called the herd factor. Sociology. That's what the masses is called. Like you go to army, all these people from different backgrounds. You go to school from different backgrounds and stuff. That walks of life. That's the herd coming in. So you got people that see the herd and people back directing the herd.
Yeah.
But the thing about it in this life, like the Holy Qur'an says, what will make you comprehend what the uphill road is a setting for a slave. In this life, if you want to be truly committed to Allah, you're obedient and stuff, and He opened up them doors for you. He show you things that you ain't never seen before. You know, like at one time, I used to say to myself, I said, well, I'm keep coming here, ain't nothing happening mysterious for me and stuff like that, but I never gave up. Then all of a sudden, everything started happening great. I said, oh, wow, this is deep. You know? So, but we as a people got to get on the ball because we in battle for real. The main thing you in battle with is against your lower self. Like I said, the first Adam was from heaven. Second Adam from earth. You got to tell that flesh lie down. That flesh will cry out on you, that old man. It'll hurt you. And so the greatest commandment, Jesus said, is love. You have to have a love for humanity and want to see humanity rise from them fallen stages that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have forever to self-actualize. I can't cross over for nobody else. Everybody must cross over from themselves. Differentiate truth from falsehood. But when you start studying truth and something different happens about you can feel the Allah within you. You can feel that your life wasn't in vain.
Islam. Something that you just said that triggered in my mind that I just read earlier is that what is said in the Holy in the Circle 7 Quran about man is truth and falsehood strangely mixed.
Yeah, that's powerful. Then it got about the line uniting divinity with matter. Man is truth and false is strangely mixed. That's yin and yang.
Islam.
You got when you study the yin and yang, you studying everything about life.
Everything.
Everything goes back to yin and yang.
Not just the dark and not just the light, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the universal.
It's universal. It's light and darkness. Let me see. It's light and darkness, good and evil, negative and positive, 180 degrees negative, 180 degrees positive, thunder and lightning, the chemistry class, liquids and solid. Yeah, that's powerful.
The duality, right?
Duality, yep.
Islam, Mo. So on that note, so make sure we do a quick plug. We're here every Friday, 7 p.m.
Yes.
The God Hour, 7 p.m. every Friday on Holy Day Friday.
Yes.
Study group, study hall. We're here in the halls in the chambers. Moor Science Temple of America. We're here for a Holy Temple meeting. Holy Temple meeting at 7. Once again, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna call it Holy Temple meeting / study group.
Yes.
For anybody that's spooked out, come get to study on. Come read with us. Come get the light. Come get the knowledge and the dark. Come get the universe.
And one thing I learned when I was in the Army, I was traveling. The Army got divisions, but they still one Army.
Islam.
So I'm saying to my brothers and sisters of different organizations, so forth and so on, let's see where we can meet on common grounds.
Islam.
You know, because then a lot of people don't want to meet because their thing is, their mission is just about hustling people.
Yeah.
But that ain't the only way we can make income.
Yeah. Well.
Look with Elijah Muhammad's example.
Yes.
You know, how things can be turned over. Marcus Garvey's an example.
Yes.
You know, but it's many things that we can do. Being that we created mostly everything in the world to bring comfort in somebody's house.
We have the means. This is what makes me excited and what gets me going every day. Even though it hasn't fully come together yet, I know that we have Asiatic owned, melanated owned farms and trucking companies and transportation and things of that nature. So it's like it's only a matter of time before we link better, where we have more farms delivering, whether it be fish, whether it be even meat. I'm not a big meat eater, but we should be supplying and eating and taking and doing for self, right? Doing for self.
Yeah,
we have logistics. We have people that own trucking companies. We have farms. So therefore, that in itself, and we obviously have people that need to eat. We should have a better network of our own food sources being distributed. Is I'm going to speak it into existence. It's going to happen. I'm sure it's happening already to a smaller level. But on a grand level, we shouldn't be relying on anybody besides ourselves to eat. We have farms locally that should be able to sustain ourselves, and farms even farther away that should be able to sustain us. The watermelons that I eat now come from North Carolina mainly. I buy from a supplier in Philadelphia. He gets his watermelons from North Carolina. He just has a little truck. He goes down there every once in a while, brings a bunch of watermelons. But on a mass scale, we should have melanated, Asiatic-owned supermarkets, farmers markets, transportation companies, and full supply chain of goods and services for ourselves.
Yes, because Elijah Muhammad was on that.
Yeah, Mo, we can do it. We can do it some more.
But when he wrote that book, How to Eat to Live.
Yeah.
And because that's serious, because what you eat breeds a consciousness.
Yes.
What you eat helps with your vision.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time here, Mo. And that's one of the biggest garbs that they stripped from us and replaced and programmed us to do is, have breakfast, breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, 3 meals a day. That's marketing, Mo. They tricked us and told us and tricked us that that's how we're supposed to be operating. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and also balanced breakfast is eggs, bacon, and toast. Pancakes, which is just cake, and a little bit of fruit and bacon.
Yeah, what about the hell when you died versus the pit of hell they open up for us?
Yeah, that's exactly what that is, Mo. I feel so sad when I see our people with a plate of ribs, a side of Coke, a side of Pepsi, and all this stuff because they're living in hell.
A sister told me they used to feed people to hogs for punishment.
Exactly. That's what my dad taught me. I learned that from birth. That was what was fed to slaves. It is the worst. It's the slop of the world. And I was looked at pig like it was disgusting since the day I was conscious, since the day I was able to walk and talk. Right. I learned that from the first lesson my dad taught me that. Don't touch that swine.
And so you got people when somebody come along to try to tell our people the truth. You got the people say, I don't want to hear that. And they endorse eating pig.
This tastes good. My grandfather lived to this age and he ate pork every day.
As they talk, you can see the demon in them.
Yeah.
What you think the logos is? The business logo is for the Roman Legion.
What's that?
The swine, the hog.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's the sign.
Yeah.
So our people have been attacked by that, and them Romans are happy that it's like that. And so you got a lot of our people do things for fashion and form. And when Jesus was here and stuff, according to the scripture, he beat the money makers in the temple. Most churches became corporations. A lot of these places become social orders and corporations. And then they think if the law, winketh at your door. No.
Nah.
The elements is real.
Islam.
A law works through them elements.
Yeah.
What Joe Sex used to, Reverend Joe Tex used to say.
What's that?
That song, you never heard that song?
Reverend who?
Joe Tex.
Joe Tex?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is.
He used to sing a song, I got you. Thought you got away now, didn't you? That was a hit. Yeah, he became a preacher later on that.
Okay.
But he made a hit with a song like that. So a lot of people think they getting away. Money don't have nothing in comparison with your salvation.
Of course.
The condition of your heart,
of course,
mind and soul, and how you're going to stand before Allah. Because we all have to stand before Allah on that day of reckoning. Everybody gonna have a day of reckoning. And so I pray that a lot of us that the good deeds outweigh the bad, and because a lot of people's bounces tilting, it ain't balance, it's tilting, and they're all the way down to the wrong side. So
Islam. What else, Mo? I think there's another thought you had made. Life is like an amusement.
Right. All this
in comparison.
The Holy Qur'an says this life is like an amusement in comparison to hereafter.
Yeah.
And a lot of us, hey man, you see the game and good play, patting each other on the ass and stuff like that, so forth and so on. This thing is real. I'm not into none of that sports like that. Mm-hmm. This ain't no game. These people don't like you. But if you still do that, that's cool. I'm not saying you've been into it for a while and stuff like that, and they control that, and they control a lot of the money, the finances, so forth and so on. But I'm saying we can have our own, and
we will.
And a lot of people just sell out. A lot of house Negroes.
Yeah.
A lot of house Negroes that took over the revolution.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
no, I mean it's unfortunate because in reality the strongest of us are in sports, right? I mean, and they make money that way. So
that shows you there we the superior man.
Well, of course, Bo. I mean, and this plays into the food as well, and something that I've heard explained a certain way that always resonated with me, and that's you don't put regular or the cheap gas into a high end sports car.
You're right.
You don't do that. You put the premium gas.
That's what we had a cheap gas. We're being fueled off the wrong
stuff.
Yes.
And
even with when it comes about God, all that, you have to do research on all of this. Because it says Moorish Holy Qur'an says, man knows not by being told. Man may believe what others say, but thus he never look. Listen, I want you to listen to me, what I'm saying, but I want you also to do research.
Yeah, do your own.
I want you to study me, because just because I told you it don't mean that that's fact.
Islam. This is a big reason why.
That's what my dissertation about as a doctor. I had to show facts. If I don't show facts, they said they tone it down.
Islam. But this is why I'm really drawn to not only the Moorish Science Temple of America, but the Nation of Gods and Earths, and even the Nation of Islam. It's knowledge is the foundation, and both all these trains of thoughts teach to do your own research. Prophet Noble tells you to do your own research, to read, to not take his word for it per se.
So this day, all the brothers and these different orders get on the square and start breathing wisdom, knowledge over standing on the valley of dry bones. This is your day to shine not before man but Allah. Because let Allah pull us up where we need to be pulled up. Let that breath flow from the crown of our heads and so our feet. Let that spirit of divinity flow within us. Because when the truth is in you, you don't really fear no man.
Of course.
So, the question no more, the question today is not about what that man's doing, it's about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
What type of frequency that I'm on. Do I believe in Allah? I don't put thou shalt not have no gods before me. Who are you putting before Allah? If Allah is within you, what are you saying to humanity to bring them back from their deep, filthy stage into their wholesome stage of light?
Islam. That plays into, that's the rope of Allah, right, Mo? You were saying earlier.
The rope is the Quran.
The
rope
Quran.
of Allah. Hold on tight to the rope of Allah. The rope of Allah's Quran. He's extending the rope because Alhamdulillah, rebel means all praises due to Allah, cherish the world. The Quran is a world. So we study it for all these years, it also become a state of mind. And so when you come in that circle, everybody can't get in there because it says, behold, some jinns sit at the gates of heaven trying to listen to the Quran, but they can't hear, So when we step back in that circle, we in a different land. We're in a different world. That's why they say, this Article 6 says the Constitution, the treaty should be made supreme law of the land. The judges of every state that bound thereby. A lot of us is out of the due bounds of the law. Due bounds of law, taking on them names that delude to slavery, Negro, black, and colored. And that's how they treat you, like you their property. And I'm not saying this with my ego. I can take you to what they wrote. What they're saying. You got our people living according to public policy, not divine law. And that's why our people's in trouble. We got to teach our people divine law. And that's when all the crazy stuff go away. Otherwise, you run into and fro acting like you're captive. They say ship is anywhere where a group of people's involved. Ships anywhere with a group of fellowship, friendship, membership, relationship, worship, but all of them.
Or just ship.
Huh?
Or just ship.
Yeah,
a ship is a crew. There's no one-man ship.
And with all them ships, fails time to abandon ship.
Islam.
What you got on the flag of the state of Delaware?
You have a slave owner, right?
A farmer with a
shotgun
hoe and a slave ship, right?
Yeah.
And so when you walk in the courtroom, if you go downtown Wilmington, you see all the balls where you tie a ship down. The courthouse is a ship. You're on deck, and the dock judges. Another name for judge is dock master. How you think you say bank in Switzerland?
How?
Bench. So the judge is there to cast a bond, your birth certificate. That's worth a lot of money. And to all the people in all these movements out there, that's real. The birth certificates make money. That's the argument there. We're tired of people ripping off our birthrights and stuff. We want to cash in on our own birthrights and stuff. We don't need no public assistance. If we take all the bonds they make money off they make off our birth certificate. Why are people hiding that? Are you really my brother?
Yeah, you don't hide that, Mo. I'm still.
I can show you. I can show you that too. That shows you how people don't read.
Yeah, you have to.
What I'm saying is not emotional because that's the right hemisphere of your brain. What I'm saying is from study and research. I'm saying most people in most of these places around here, these organizations, they're not readers.
We have to read that more. I need to see some more information on that.
I just showed you in Canon Law 2056.
We might have. I mean, I gotta see some African.
And you're called a minority until you get an authenticated birth certificate. That's Minnesota Rule 201.
Okay.
Is
my nationality is my birth certificate count? Is that?
Beg your pardon?
When I got nationalized and I got my birth certificate, is that what that did for me? Or?
That's part of it.
Okay.
That's part of it. Everybody ain't expressing things, right?
Yeah.
They tell you a little bit, so forth and so on. So you have to do some research, but I can show it. That can be some subjects we can talk about. It ain't Brother Shariff. I'm just a sheriff in town. I've noticed a new sheriff in town. I come to show you the law. I mean, it ain't no secret.
Yeah.
They said anything you want to hide from a so-called black man, put it in the book.
Yeah.
Because we don't read, we don't study. I thank Allah for the elevated places because I feel elevated today. I feel elevated because I don't smoke, I don't drink, and I'm not caught up in that crazy stuff.
Islam.
I'm not in the hellfire. Even a bad relationship is a hellfire. I'm free from all that. And that as I go on and stuff, just trying to fulfill my commitment with Allah. Because when I say Allah, Allahu Akbar, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm trying to be right. I'm not trying to have nobody pull me off the path. People will do that. A lot of people, what are they searching for in all these houses? You know, what type of, all these different organizations, what type of vision do you have? Allah gave me a vision. My vision ain't like everybody else's vision. We as an individual got to be in check with our vision. I'm not saying right or wrong.
What's your vision, Mo?
My vision is purity, love, success, heaven here on earth, doors opening all around me, land. But the greatest vision I have is the oneness with Allah.
Okay.
To clear all them clouds away, so I can see.
So peace, like just peace.
Huh?
Peace.
Yep. My vision be with the one with the law, man. And that's what Noble Drawley says. That's what it says in our Quran.
Islam.
To redeem man from the sinful and fallen stage of humanity back to its highest plane of spirit, like that, one with the law. That's my vision, be redeemed from my sinful and fallen stage of humanity back to the highest plane of spirit, like the one with the law. Because man may plan, Allah is the best of planners. Man got a lot of things planned for us. The carnal man, the physical man, but I'm spirit man.
Okay.
When the spirit man allows one, the resurrection is a fact. Salvation is the ladder reaching from the heart of man to the heart of law. And that's 3 steps. Belief is first. This is what man thinks perhaps is true. Faith is next. This man knows the truth. Fruition is last. This is man himself the truth. Belief is lost and faith and fruition, faith is lost. Man is saved when he has reached defect life, when he and Allah are one. He looks in the face of another man, looks at the image of Allah who speaks within.
Islam. There we go. There we go. That's when it all wraps and ties back up.
Arms, legs, arms.
Yeah, because it's like that's you're saying it in a very spiritual and esoteric way, and it's like in my mind, my vision is unity, and it's no different than what you're saying. You might not have used that word, but you're saying one with Allah, and it's like, well, for me, one with Allah is to be one with man and to be one with each other, and for us to live in harmony,
doing the best we
to
can
build because we're stronger than an atomic
when
bomb.
you get in them elevated places, and Allah raise you from darkness and marvelous light, raise you from the dead, and bring you back to life. Some people see you climbing, and He might have you way up there. Then you got people look like you try to pull you down.
Islam.
Steal that divinity from you.
Yeah.
Steal that divinity from you because they want to live in the muck and miry clay of dirt and talk about the United States of America. That's only a business.
Well, we're made from the dirt, right, Mo?
Adam means black mud.
Yeah, so that's my point. If we're made of the mud, then are we not supposed to find our way through it, right? And essentially,
you can stay down there if you want to. Some people crabs.
Islam.
You know,
that shouldn't be the goal to be
we're
there.
part of the whole universe and so forth and so on, but some things is common sense. Don't you get tired of people putting you on a cross, beating you up?
Yeah, of course, Mo. But I mean, in the story of Jesus seems righteous in the sense of
no. Jesus was a freedom fighter. They need to stop lying on Jesus.
That's my point. I'm talking about the actual.
Jesus stood for freedom, justice, equality, or love, truth, peace, freedom, justice. And they took and switched it. And the so-called black men and women promote that same ideal. And when you do the research and stuff, it's not like that. Somebody done made a big hustle. And people done died and stuff. People done died and are passed for them and stuff. And when they pass for them and stuff, they pass for them based on lies. You know, so now when the truth is being revealed to you, you don't have to dance to that tune, act like that. You know, because that whole thing is part of the Crusades. And I keep saying the Crusades got a new face today.
Yeah.
You got a new date, face of day. So me as a Muslim, how do I act through the Crusades? You got a lot of Muslims jumping in the bed with the Crusaders. That don't stand for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. You got a lot of Muslims want you to be that Negro, black, colored man or woman. And them the names that delude to slavery. That's in these different houses we're with. But so Allah's the same today as he was yesterday. What does it mean to be righteous? Or do you want to stand in the ranks of the righteous? Well, every time I pray, I stand in the ranks of the righteous. And I pray that Allah lay not on us a burden as he laid upon those before us, or lay down a burden we have not the strength to bear. Forgive us our sins, pour down us a spirit of steadfastness. Religion, make up firm our feet, grant us that protection against the rejectors of faith. Yeah.
Wow.
People will put you on a cross, man. They lied. They told some serious lies about that. That got to be studied too. The cross too.
Yeah.
You have to study that. There's a lesson. You got to study it.
Yeah, I remember we got a really good demonstration from Brother Robert Muhammad about the cross.
Mm-hmm. That's part of it.
Yeah,
that's part of
what
it.
Is I've heard a lot of interpretations.
What's the Crusades?
The Crusades is putting us on a cross.
That's right. Crusades, the crucifixion, and all that stuff.
Yeah, Crusades, crucifixion,
and not only that, you have some people that don't believe what you believe and stuff, and their sole mission is to put you on cross. Mm-hmm. A Ku Klux Klan ain't got to do that. You got some people look like you, put you on a cross.
Yeah.
So you got to be vigilant. You have to be aware. So I like when I think about Allah, all I think about is resurrection. Allah has brought me a long ways, very long ways. So I might bow down, kowtow, and boot, shoot, shine, and boot licking Negro for nobody. I ain't got to do that.
Yeah, resurrecting comes from within, right? I mean, just to stand up erect, to come from, the darkness of marvelous light. I mean, from horizontal to vertical.
Put on almost. The wings of soul.
Islam.
The wings of soul. My sister used to sing that song. Lord, give me 2 wings so I can fly away, so the world can't do me no harm. The wings of soul, man. The wings of soul is power. You got the soul plane. Mm-hmm. Like the ether plane, you got the soul plane. Yep.
Islam. That's a good movie. That was a good movie. I'm joking. You ever seen a soul plane movie? I think Snoop Dogg was in it.
Yeah, I seen that. It's funny.
Mm-hmm. Islam.
The prophets on the plane of soul helping us out now. The prophets, Allah and his prophets on the plane of soul helping us out.
Islam. I see that, Mo. I see that. I feel that. I know that. Spirit of Allah, spirit of Prophet Noble Ali, and all my ancestors are in this room, Mo. Most definitely, all the past and present leadership.
Yep, they live with you, and once you get focused, you're able to speak in tongues, the right proper language, because a lot of people's under hypnosis, they under a spell.
Yeah,
I'm not falling in a spell about them politics and stuff, because we ain't supposed to be there like that. We supposed to be on a different level. We are our own nation of people. We supposed to be walking in the footsteps of our forefathers.
Islam. Politics is
Politricks.
Is we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I made mention of the election coming up, and we're getting closer again. We're getting closer and closer.
That's like playing cards.
November 4th. It's knowledge, though. I'm gonna make sure that it's said, and people can do what they want with it. But election day is November 4th.
That's all I'm telling you and stuff. Know about what plane you on. Your mind travels.
Islam.
I travel in the ethers, right? I'm not grounded to that projection. That's the ego self-defense mechanism. To projection, they put out a projection, right?
Yeah.
My astral body ain't got nothing to do with that.
Islam.
I'm in the astral. You know what astrology mean?
The study of
astrologics.
Astrologics. Okay.
Right. That's the left hemisphere of the brain.
Islam.
You know,
So-
people, you get caught up in the people's superstitions and the lies. You can never be free. You know what the First Amendment is?
Freedom of speech.
That's right. We have to learn how to exercise our freedom of speech.
Islam.
When you study about where we are, because these people open up this business on stolen property and stuff, the pieces will start coming back together who you are.
Islam.
You know, we just been hearing fractions of the truth, but we need to go a little further now because people talking ain't just putting money in my pocket or survival skills.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they taught me in the military. They taught me survival skills. We supposed to act like it's time to survive because like I was at National Guard Army one time. I seen this big vehicle. I said, "What is that?" They say that's a Hummer. This thing was bigger than like 2 tanks.
Yeah.
And it's a vehicle. It's here in the States. What you think they're gonna do? You see what's happening over in Israel? You don't think they would use a vehicle like that over here?
Of course.
Yeah, so we have to act like we know what time it is.
They have the military in the streets. Some places they have the military in the streets in some places
They
in the
can
United States right
they
now.
can do that to you when you're Negro, black, and colored.
Mm.
When you go beyond Negro, black, and colored, guess what?
You're more
Yeah, you become the landlord again.
Islam.
That's what Bay means.
It
B-E-Y
is.
means. Bay means land governor.
Islam. We have our
But land governor or lord of the earth.
Islam. We have the flyers we hand out that say very explicitly, and I'm pretty sure this comes from the Prophet Noble Ali in one of his writings. If you think you're Negro, black, or colored, you are more without a doubt or contradiction. If you think you're Negro, black, or colored, you are more. And why wouldn't you want to be more? And it's not necessarily to strip you of some of these labels, but in law and legality, you don't want to be those labels.
Yeah, you have to learn. You have to learn linguistics.
Yeah.
And etymology and philology, right? And semantics, all that. Rhetoric is the art of speaking.
Mo, the Nation of Islam makes me feel proud and somewhat powerful when I take on the label of black in terms of what that could mean.
That's good when it's used that way. That's used as a noun.
Exactly. So
when it's used as a noun,
it's confusing
that's good,
for some people.
But you have to be careful.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. It's
You got
a fine line to walk.
You got to differentiate between the spell,
yeah,
and adjective, right?
Yeah.
Now, so when we was reading in James 3, what it said about the tongue.
What was that?
Read again for me, James 3.
I didn't read James.
Let me see, James 3. Google. We gonna bring some.
Which one, James?
James 3, King James version.
James 3:1.
No, just start reading when you get it. James 3, King James version.
Taming the tongue. I think we did read this before. Not many of you should become teachers, my fellow believers, because you know that we who teach will be judged more strictly. Islam. We all stumble in many ways. Anyone who is never at fault in what they say is perfect, able to keep their whole body in check. When we put bits into the mouth of horses to make them obey us, we can turn the whole animal. Or take ships as an example. Although they are so large and are driven by strong winds, they are steered by a very small rudder wherever the pilot wants to go. Likewise, the tongue is a small part of the body, but it makes great boosts. Consider what a great forest is set on fire by a small spark. The tongue also is a fire, a world of evil among the parts of the body. It corrupts the whole body, sets the whole course of one's life on fire, and is itself set on fire by hell. Islam, all kinds of animals, birds, reptiles, and sea creatures are being tamed and have been tamed by mankind, but no human being can tame the tongue. It is as restless, evil, full of deadly poison.
That's it. Now,
wow,
you know what the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, well, main thing that gets you to hellfire on the day of judgment?
What's that?
The tongue and the private parts.
Islam.
So that tongue is a nasty. Then with that, the law gave, he said, we have given you, the Holy Qur'an said, we have given you gifts of sight, speech, and hearing. with the tongue, when it's proper things coming up out the mouth, we can create a better society, better world. We learn how to talk right. We don't talk like our forefathers used to talk and stuff. That's why we fell.
Exactly.
That's why we into this world. We forgot how to use this.
Yeah.
It says out of the same mouth come blessings and the same mouth come curse.
Yeah.
Out of the same mouth we bless God, yet we curse men. So the tongue is a fire world of iniquity. So that's why when I see people and they all caught up in that arguing stuff like that, I get away from that. I don't have time for that. That's bad for my health.
Islam.
That's real bad, man.
Stress kills.
Yeah, that's stress.
They just there's a brother, a melanated brother at some college right now that came out with a study saying he's found a way to prove that negative thoughts and just grudges are cause cancer.
Yes,
literally, or stay in the body and
people be shooting stuff at me and stuff, and I put the shield on.
We gotta be very careful.
I put that shield on. You know what I mean? I'll be dodging, and then I go into my prayer mode because I know in my heart and so forth and so on, I'm a lifeguard. That's what I did for 17 years and stuff like that, right? And I'm still a lifeguard, right? And the lifeguard had to dodge them bullets, or them. The Bible said the fiery darts of the wicked. They're gonna be there all the days of our life, but we gotta be on guard for that.
I'm doing my very best right now with my daughter. She just turned 9. Islam. She just turned 9, and she, people are putting this curse word stuff, into her psyche, right? Like, oh, that's a curse word. That's a bad word, or don't say that. And I make sure she understands that just because people say that is just what people say, and we have to know what really is a curse and what really are bad words, because just saying what people are called curse words will be the F word or damn these different words. These are just words, and it's how
Nigerian told me about that.
It's how it's used.
He said when somebody really curse you, it's different from that word.
It is. It's way different, and you can be cursed just by calling.
You ain't supposed to say MF.
Okay, well those two words together don't make sense.
MF means during slavery.
Yeah.
That they made a slave put a bag over his head and made him have sex with his mom.
Islam,
So
they were breeding our ancestors, breeding them, and it's disheartening to hear some of the stories that was happening.
And then it ain't all of them either, because it was a lot of us fought in the wars to help them get where they are.
Islam.
Like when Haiti against France, do you think all the French was Europeans?
No, I don't. I didn't necessarily think about it, but
There was some people that look like us too. Same way with England.
Yeah.
And we be washing our hands from everything, so we gotta learn how to wake up.
Islam, Mo.
See what's going on.
That's powerful. I feel like we touched on some pretty interesting things, Mo, and I think there's a lot more that we can dive into. I can feel it and see it already. We have to put that. We take notes of that. And inshallah, have that on top of the to-do list, the topic list for next episode, next Monday, which will be episode 26, Islam. But yeah, we have to close out. We're getting to that hour mark. If we're not already there, any final closing remarks or anything you definitely want to leave the people with today, Mo?
Our Lord, lay not on us a burden as thou did lay upon those who were before us. Lay not on us a burden that we have not the strength to bear. Forgive us our sins. Pour down us a spirit of steadfast religion. Make firm our feet. Grant us thy protection against those who reject faith. Amen.
Islam. Thank you, Mo. On that note, I'm signing off. Check us out, moorculturecenter.com, 715 North King Street, every Friday, 7 p.m., Holy Temple meeting and study group. We are here. Come get the knowledge. Come get your teas. We have it on the website as well, teas and literature, clothing, Moorish attire, moorculturecenter.com. Leave a donation. Keep the center open. Keep the hall open. Keep us open to the public so we can keep being a light for the community and help uplift fallen humanity. Islam. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.